So we're going to be making sushi today. I already have prepared the sushi rice and some supplies that we're going to be building it with. It always starts off with the sushi paper. This is we're going to wrap the rice around, and we just need to put a bunch of rice on here, and then we're going to smear it as evenly as we can on the paper. Now, the rice is really sticky. That's intentional. If the rice is too loose, it's not going to stick to itself, and the sushi will sort of just fall apart. So the rice acts like a glue that'll hold all of the sushi together. So I'll just try to get this as even as possible across the entire sheet, except for a little maybe 3/4 inch spot at the top, which will be the seam. So the rice is a little bit stiffer than maybe it should be, so it's kind of difficult to get it even. But I think this will be good enough. Sometimes it's also difficult to get around the edges, all the way up to the edge. But right here, it doesn't matter a whole lot. I guess it's more important to try to even it out on the edges here. And again, you have the gap on the top. So now we can start putting our toppings in. This is broccoli, sort of like the stem of the broccoli, chopped pretty thin. And we also have carrots here, very colorful. This makes for a colorful sushi. You don't want to put too much in. It'll be overpacked, I guess. We have some vegetables. We also have a few options for meat. We're kind of limited right now, but we have just strips of bologna and oysters. So I'll just put a few of these on here. Of course, you can put whatever you have around on here. And now it's time to roll it up. So I have this on a piece of plastic wrap, also on a bamboo mat. It's not strictly necessary, but it makes it a little bit easier to roll it. I'm going to push it forward. Just try to get that as tightly of a wrap as you can. Tighter the better. Once it gets started, it's easier. And then you want to come all the way up to here. And then the reason why we left this blank is we take a little bit of water and dab it on the edge here. And the seaweed paper, when it's wet, will stick to itself. So I'll put a little bit here and then seal it. Roll it back a few times. And then sometimes I'll also like to come back and put a little bit of water over that edge. And now it's basically glued, and it's ready to cut. Tricky to get. Most of the time I end up with some voids in there, but the better you get it spreading, the better the ends will look. So if I can, I try to touch it up a little bit by adding more rice in both sides. It's important that you have a clean knife while you're cutting this. You have to clean it pretty often because the starch will build up. The rice is very starchy, and it will make it very difficult to cut through the seaweed paper cleanly. So I like to first start off cutting in half. Just clean cut right there, just a little bit of attachment. You can see the ends typically are the ugliest part, but they taste great all the same. And a roll this size, I can cut it about into 8 pieces. So just in half a few times. Again, you can see the end piece is a little messy, but I'll keep going. You can see it's getting a little bit harder to cut. That's because of all this starch. I think I can make one more though. And now I'll definitely need to clean it off before I continue to the next roll. Now they're just about done. Looks like this one's coming undone a little bit. But you can enjoy them with some soy sauce or wasabi or just plain. Mix on there. Really, you can put anything. It'll probably turn out great. Just put it in a line, roll it up, cut it up, and you can serve. And I'll try it out. And that is delicious.